Tennis stars Alexander Zverev and Carlos Alcaraz have spoken out against the increasingly packed tennis calendar, and their concerns are shaking the tennis world. Zverev, in particular, has withdrawn from the China Open following his fiery criticisms of the ATP, accusing them of prioritizing money over player well-being. At the Laver Cup in Berlin, Zverev didn't hold back when calling out the ATP, stating that the organization ignores player concerns in favor of profit. "We have the longest season in sport. It's unnecessarily long. There is no time to rest. There is no time to prepare the body and build up muscles. The ATP is not interested in our opinion. It's a money business," Zverev boldly declared. For Zverev and other players, the tennis season is relentless. The year kicks off just after Christmas with the United Cup in Australia and stretches all the way to the Davis Cup finals in late November. Players barely have time to recover, and the mounting demands are taking a toll. "We come back from vacation and start tennis training straight away because we have to play in Australia in 2 or 3 weeks' time." The German star also explained that the mandatory nature of events like the Masters 1000 and Grand Slams leaves players with little choice. As an ambitious athlete, skipping tournaments isn't an option. If you're an ambitious young person who feels like you haven't achieved everything yet, that's not an option. The tour then goes on without you, but Zverev isn't the only one frustrated. Carlos Alcaraz, winner of the French Open, and Wimbledon, echoed these concerns. The 21-year-old Spaniard believes that the growing number of compulsory tournaments is putting players' health at serious risk. "I'm one of those players for whom there are too many compulsory tournaments a year, and there will probably be even more in the next few years. That will kill us." Alcaraz predicts that the future could see more and more top players sidelined by injury. He warns that players will soon have to make tough choices to protect their bodies. At some point, a lot of good players will miss a lot of tournaments because they have to think about their bodies. Despite their heavy workloads, Zverev and Alcaraz led Team Europe to a dramatic victory over Team World at the Laver Cup, proving they still have the grit to win. But with the growing demands of the sport, will their bodies hold up in the long run? But are players today really playing more tennis than ever? The data suggests otherwise. The most demanding seasons in terms of matches were between 2004 and 2012, with players like Nikolai Davydenko, David Ferrer, and members of the Big Three often playing close to 100 matches a year. Davydenko played an astonishing 98 matches in 2006, while Federer and Djokovic each played 97 in 2006 and 2009 respectively. In contrast, Alcaraz has played just 52 matches so far this year. So while players today might feel the strain, it's worth noting that the number of matches in a season hasn't reached the peak levels of the early 2000s. Still, the increasing physical demands and condensed calendar present unique challenges. The tension between players and the ATP continues to grow. Will tennis authorities listen before it's too late? Or are we heading for a future filled with injuries and missed tournaments? Let us know in the comments. Do you agree with Zverev and Alcaraz? Should the ATP reduce the tennis calendar to protect players' health? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more updates on the world of tennis.